Forget everything you think you know about fast food. Today, we're cracking open Burger King's secret playbook for taking on one of the toughest, most competitive markets on the planet, India. This is a story about big risks, smart strategy, and a challenger trying to steal the crown from a king. So, you gotta understand, when Burger King finally stepped into the Indian arena, it wasn't just another fast food launch. No, this was a very calculated move. They came in with a specific mission to be the flame-grilled specialist, the cooler, edgier alternative for a younger generation. And right away, this sets up the main event. In one corner, you've got the heavyweight champion, McDonald's. They've been there forever, they're family-focused, and they own the value game. And in the other corner, the challenger, Burger King, coming in hot, aiming straight for the youth with that signature flame-grilled flavor. So what was Burger King's big promise to Indian customers? Well, it was actually pretty simple, but brilliant. They took their global superstar, the Whopper, and completely remade it for India. That meant awesome veg and non-veg options that people would actually love, and, crucially, making sure it didn't break the bank. Okay, but here's the thing. Making a promise is easy. Keeping it in a market like India, that's a whole different ballgame. We're talking about a seriously crowded and complicated battlefield where everyone is fighting tooth and nail for every single customer. And just look at this chart to see what I mean. The scale of the challenge is massive. I mean, McDonald's had a head start of decades, giving them this insane footprint across the country. Burger King wasn't just another competitor. They were the underdog, the challenger, who had to be way, way smarter to even stand a chance. Let's break down the hurdles they were facing, because there were a lot of them. First off, most people just didn't know the Burger King brand like they knew McDonald's. Second, Indian customers are super price conscious, so a premium-sounding name like the Whopper was a tough sell. Third, creating different menus for different regions is a logistical nightmare. And because they relate to the game, all the best store locations were already snatched up. Oh, and did I mention the fierce competition from everyone else? Yeah, it was tough. So the deck was seriously stacked against them. You might be thinking, how could they possibly succeed? Well, this is where the story gets really good. Burger King didn't just try to survive. They came out swinging with a clever game plan to turn their disadvantages into advantages. And what was their #1 secret weapon? Radical menu localization. And I'm not just talking about adding a little extra spice here and there. Nope. They created brand new, India-first items, especially a whole bunch of amazing vegetarian options to get people in the door and give the brand a try. But here's the genius part. They didn't just quietly put these new items on the menu. They made a huge deal out of it. All their marketing, all their campaigns were about celebrating how they were Indianizing their food. It made them feel less like a foreign company and more like a local favorite. Their counterattack playbook was basically a 3-step process. First, they went all in on digital and delivery right from the start, getting on all the major food apps. Second, they ran these bold, sometimes hilarious social media campaigns that you just had to share with your friends. And third, they were super smart about how they expanded, using a franchise model to grow quickly in the big cities. So where do they put their time and money? This chart says it all. You can see this huge focus on digital delivery and creating social media buzz. This wasn't some old-school strategy. It was a fresh, modern attack plan designed to reach young, tech-savvy customers right where they live, on their phones. All right, so that's what they've done so far. Pretty smart, right? But the real question is, what's next? How do you go from being a scrappy challenger to the actual king of the market? This next part lays out the expert-backed roadmap for how Burger King could actually win this thing. The path to victory is broken down into 3 clear phases. Phase 1, in the short term, is to hit that price issue head-on with a new value Whopper. Then, in the medium term, they need to expand beyond the huge cities with smaller, faster express stores. And long-term, that's when they become true innovators, creating new menu items that nobody else has. So let's zoom in on that first, most important move. The immediate priority is to solve the price problem by offering cheaper Whoppers. At the exact same time, they need to get customers ordering directly from the BK app using exclusive deals, which is way more profitable for them. And all the while, they keep expanding into new cities with those hyperlocal campaigns. So how do they know if any of this is actually working? Well, it's not just about opening more restaurants. The real scorecard, the one that matters, tracks things like whether existing stores are making more money, what percentage of orders are coming directly through their app, how fast a new store starts making a profit, And maybe most importantly, are customers coming back again and again? Look, if you want to boil this entire complex strategy down to one powerful idea, this is it. It's a three-part attack. One, make food that Indians actually crave. Two, get it to them as easily as possible through delivery. And three, create a value ladder with different price points so that everyone feels like they can afford to eat a Burger King. So there you have it. The strategy is sharp, the tactics are modern, and the goal is clear. Burger King has a playbook designed to hit their competitors where it hurts and play to their own unique strengths. So the only question left is the biggest one of all. Is this finally enough for the challenger to take the crown and become the new king?